Oh, my God. I don't know what the...
Is he still speeding him?
Yeah, I don't know what the was to this, man. That's some weird
Tonight we're going to Charleston Boulevard in Las Vegas.
Oh.
Charleston Boulevard near 3rd Street in Las Vegas. This is at a 7-Eleven parking lot. And yeah, a 911 call comes in.
Okay.
At 0444 hours, so 4:44 a.m., a 911 call comes in. What?
I felt like you were trying to make fun of my military time. I can at least tell you what 4:44 a.m. is military time.
Yeah, that's the easy ones. At 4:44 a.m. in the morning, the Las Vegas Metro Police Department dispatch gets a 911 call from a Shoney Richardson. He is a 7-Eleven employee, and he says, quote, a male has tackled and punched a customer in the parking lot. He says that this guy, the attacker, had been out there all day, and just now, randomly, he attacked a customer, and this man appears paranoid. This man is screaming and yelling, and he is pacing in front of the grocery store. So,
yikes.
At this point in the 911 call, this attacker walks towards the AM/PM store, which is next door, which actually, it's 333 East Charleston.
What's up, Andalem?
So AM/PM, that's the store. That's what it's called, AM/PM store.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. The 7-Eleven would be next door. This 911 call comes in, and then this guy, as you'll hear, he says that this man has just walked away. The man had walked to the other store, AM/PM store at 333 East Charleston Boulevard. At 05:30 a.m., an AM/PM employee calls 911 when a female rushes in there saying that there's a fight outside happening. This is the same man, the same attacker, attacking the same victim at this point.
Okay.
All right. Can you read from the LVMPD, Las Vegas Metro Police Department?
When he went outside to check, he saw a male on the ground near the bus stop with another male on top of him. He saw the male on top, who he described as a Hispanic male, wearing a burgundy shirt and blue jeans, eating the face off the male on the ground.
Another one of these face eaters. Officer A. Sharp and Officer J. Johnson arrive at 0537. They see a victim lying on the ground. His head is near a chain link fence. His demeanor is unresponsive, and he is extremely bloody. So these cops are walking over there. There was already a fight. 911 call came in an hour ago. That fight transferred right down the street to the next grocery store. This is 5:30 in the morning. These two cops roll up after that 911 call comes in, because a woman runs into the AM/PM saying there's a fight outside. 911 call comes in. These officers respond. They see this man unresponsive. His head's near a chain link fence on the side of the road. His face is completely disfigured. He is completely bloody. And they see the attacker is on top of this man on all fours, like he's protecting his catch almost. Like he's just like get away from me.
Christ.
The attacker was, quote, and this is from the police report, kneeling on the ground next to the victim's head. When cops asked what happened, he gave a, quote, blank stare and didn't say anything.
Did we talk about this on headlines?
Yeah, we did. This is April 28th, 2024.
Which one am I reading?
The attacker.
The attacker also had blood on his face and hands, and the officers noticed biological matter in his hair, mouth, and on his clothing.
Yeah, so this was a headline case we covered. There's surprisingly not much on it. The police report comes from this website right here. If you ever see me using this website, it's a really old website that I don't know who owns it. It's kind of like a Gawker thing, but they get the police reports somehow. They got like an inside man and literally all these stations. Huh. This is the same place they got the ShamWow police report, smoking gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they got the police report first. Let's go ahead and listen to that 911 call.
Okay.
Okay, sir. If you get more information or if anything gets worse in any way...
he's beating him, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, please. Get that police over here.
Okay.
And the ambulance.
On the line? You said he's beating him right now?
Yeah. He's kneeling him on the face.
Which one is me? Which is it? The HMA? It's the Hispanic that's beating
the guy with the burgundy on is me and the other guy on the street. Yeah. The Hispanic guy. Oh my God! I don't know what the.
Is he still speeding him?
Yeah, I don't know what the was it is, man. That's some weird.
She thinks he's saying beating, but he's actually saying eating. Beating or eating.
I mean,
crazy, right?
Natural to have that misunderstanding, you know. Yeah. How many people are actually eating people?
No shit.
Wowza. Because he's like, this is some strange shit or whatever he said. She's probably like, well, this is probably just pretty normal
it's just
for me.
Like Las Vegas. I mean, some guy's beating another guy.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So I guess what happens in Vegas, let me show you this guy who was arrested. He is an Asian male. He is unhoused, which means he's homeless, right? Or he was homeless. Now he's got a lovely home.
In prison.
Yeah.
You said he's Asian?
Yeah, you don't think he's Asian?
No. Well, he was described initially in the as Hispanic. I honestly can't tell what nationality he might be, or but he's got brown hair, brown eyes. He has a very glazed look on his face in this mugshot photo.
Does he look like Odd Job?
No,
I
don't think so, honestly. No. And I mean, he's very broad. I was gonna use the word beefy, but that actually maybe that's a good word for this. He does look beefy. He looks large, or large stature.
Larger than life.
Beefy. He looks beefy.
So why is this guy eating someone's face? Let's figure that out. What do you think? You want to take a guess?
Drugs?
Drugs.
I sure hope that's why.
I will say that when the next morning KLAS covered this murder, that's the local station there, and they were in front of the crime scene, which they couldn't even show because even the crime scene was still too gory to show on TV. The man's name is Colin Czech. That's the attacker.
Officers responded, finding Czech kneeling next to the victim with biological matter in his hair, mouth, and on his clothing.
So that's why it's so gruesome and gory they couldn't even show it, because this guy has biological matter in his hair and his mouth, like brain matter and eyeball matter. We're going to get to it, but that's pretty crazy, is it not?
Yes.
All right. So this guy was arrested. Colin Czech is his name. He was arrested. And let me show you him in court, because this is crazy. He has this really weird stare where he kind of doesn't know what's going on. He just looks kind of out of it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Huh.
All right. So this guy was arrested, and when they put him into the back of the car, and they had to tase him at this point. Because remember, this guy is I'm
surprised he made it out of it alive, honestly,
This attacker is on all fours protecting his catch. So the cops actually have to tase him and incapacitate him just to put him in the back of the cop car. And when they did, this man whose name is Colin Czech was, quote, going in and out of consciousness. He was telling officers that he's unhoused and he has been awake for, quote, 5 days straight, end quote, because something was, quote, possessing him.
Oh.
Before the cops got there and all this biological matter, he was, quote, getting in a fight with the guy who he described as a shapeshifter. He was also tweaking and, quote, people were telling him things, voices in his head. When EMTs get to the scene, they rush the victim, who it took for a while for even his name to come out for some reason. But his name finally came out, Kenneth Brown. I think he's another homeless person, but he died of severe head injuries, and his ear and his eye were eaten by this attacker, Colin Czech. So what you don't hear on the 911 call is, and one of the reasons why it's so gory, is Colin Czech was actually slamming this man's head on the concrete. over and over and over for about 15 minutes straight. And then when police get there, this guy was on top of him already eating his face, like eating his eyeball. And he already consumed his eyeball and his ear at that point. He also had biological matter all over his hair and mouth. That is from him slamming his head against the concrete. He did that for a very long time. That's all it said. Now, the reason he did this is because these voices in his head were commanding him to, quote, kill Drake, end quote.
Drake.
He doesn't know who Drake is. Now, we're not talking about, maybe it's the famous singer, but all he can say is these voices.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
All he said was these voices in his head were telling him to kill Drake, who he did not know who that was, but he was supposed to kill Drake, quote, through the help of the higher power, end quote. When asked how was he going to kill Drake, Colin Czech responded, my teeth. And then he used his teeth to, quote, eat Drake's eyeballs and ears, end quote.
Ew.
Can you read at the very bottom another desperate employee?
Another desperate employee called 911 just before 5 a.m. on Sunday and claimed Czech was standing outside the store all night and jumped on a customer. I guess he just rushed him, they told the dispatcher. I tried to have a conversation with him, but he won't talk. Right now, he's on all fours like he's a dog about to rush the store. I guess he just rushed him. I need somebody to come get him now.
Fucking crazy. This guy was found competent to stand trial for whatever reason.
That surprises me.
2 mental health professionals examined Czech and revealed that he understands the charge against him and can assist his lawyer in his own defense. Now, that is the story so far. That is all that's out of the story. So he's actually going to stand trial. But as of this moment, and this is all the information that's out on this case, which is surprisingly scant.
So he's like about to go on trial right now?
He's about to go on trial right now.
Wow.
But one of the big areas that I've seen in all the comments, like on the Daily Mail, it always goes down to, for this case, the reason we need to bring back mental health, like psych hospitals, right? So I'm guessing we have mental health institutions, but we used to have like psych wards. And so we don't anymore. So like someone like this, he's just going to sit in prison for like 2 years and then get released back. I mean, this guy's homeless, right? And he's actually in a better position than he was. I mean, he's getting like fed and everything. It was either drugs or he is just mentally disturbed. Is most likely drugs, I'm thinking.
I mean, if he's hearing, I guess it could be either. If he's saying he's hearing voices, I don't know.
He said he was tweaking for 5 days straight because he was possessed. These voices were telling him to kill Drake. The voices were from a higher power, and they told him to kill Drake with his teeth, and that's how he ate the eyeball and the ear. It's a fucking ridiculous story. So stupid.
It's crazy.
Man, shit's getting fucking weird out here, bro. Like the Seattle headline, the New York stuff that's going on. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, I'm down here in the damn South.
Stay safe out there, my friends.
Literally away from all that shit, man.
Yeah, that's why we moved.
Yeah, I know that was a short story, but honestly, that is all the fucking information I can get on that case, dude.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
But we're going to do another story on Saturday. Yeah, I kind of want to also watch this one, and see how it ends out.
Yeah, I'm curious what they end up doing.
If you like these types of stories, I did a really good one on this guy named Vince Lee. He was...
We be heading.
Oh, so actually what I wanted to mention in this story, where the cops pulled up was right in front of the bus stop.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that like the Greyhound executives are like, oh, fuck, not again, please.
Not again.
So anyway, the story that I'm talking about, Vince Lee in Canada, he was a Chinese immigrant that came over and he boarded a bus, a Greyhound bus, and he literally just had a snap or something, and he ends up just eating this guy on the bus, and everyone's like running off.
Doesn't he like takes his head and he's like,
yeah, he gets his head all the way off.
Oh
it's
my
just,
God,
it's
nuts.
so disturbing, dude. And the guy, not to spoil it, but it's Canada, gets
So what do you
released.
think?
He gets completely released back into the community, and they're not even checking up on him. Like, what the? They're not even making sure he's taking his meds. That's Canada for you. Remember that guy, that kid that stabbed and killed 5 friends at a party in less than a minute?
I remember a lot of them from Canada because I'm usually never satisfied with the ending.
He kills like 5 of his friends in like a minute, and now he's walking free. He got like, what, 2 months in a mental health?
Yeah.
But then, like, you go down to Florida, and that frat boy zombie, he's like in prison for life.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man. So anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think? I know it was kind of short. I was hoping it would be a lot longer, but that's all it is.
No.
Well, I guess we can call it quits for tonight.
We'll be back tomorrow evening.
Back for headlines. And then story on Saturday. Finished up the H.H. Holmes one.
Cool.
Thank God. So
Proud of you.
So we'll see you tomorrow. And I'll be on the Discord. So until next time.
Kind of run this shit.